Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, pleased to be joined by the one and only Ayden Davis of Onsted Boys Basketball. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing pretty good. Wrapping up, of course, a few months ago, well, I should say last month wrapped up your senior season, district champs once again, um,
Mhm.
and a pretty good year for you guys.
Yeah, I'd say it was a very successful year. We went somewhere in the 19-5 overall record. Came back, beat Adrian in the district finals, and dropped a tough one against Chelsea in the regional finals. But overall, I'd say it's a very successful year for the program.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, looking back on what Onsted's been able to do with Coach Manska and and what you've done and all your teammates have done, looking back at your time there, what you've accomplished a lot of things. What is being a part of this team and this town just meant to you?
It's meant everything to me. This town, it's very small, so you get to know everyone in it, and everyone's been so supportive of our team. Um, just everyone is always there for you. If you need anything, you can always really call anyone. And basketball wise, you'll go to any game and you'll see countless people from the town. They're always supporting. And I believe this team, with our success, we've really brought this town a lot closer. And just overall, the success of this team has been amazing for this town and community.
Yeah. Looking back at some of like your best moments with this, can you pick out one, or do you have a few you wanna that are some
Um,
highlights for you, or just overall?
yeah. Honestly, my sophomore year district title in Tecumseh, that was amazing. The atmosphere there was outstanding. We played Adrian, and I believe we beat him by 7. But both student sections were packed. Almost every seat there was packed. We were coming off undefeated regular season. It was a very hyped up game, and it was amazing. We took an early first quarter lead, I do remember, and then they chipped back on it, and it was a very fun game. Probably the most fun I've ever had in a game.
Yeah. Your time at Onsted, of course, a lot of accomplishments, district titles, reaching the 1,000 point mark. Um, Really just kind of looking back, and did you ever think you'd score 1,000 points like when you started this whole thing?
Um, I wouldn't say that I set the benchmarks at like a certain like number. Coming into my freshman year, all I wanted to do was break all of my brother's records. So it was like 1680 something for points. It was just over, I think it was 1,070 for rebounds, and then the blocks was lower, as three, maybe 400. So that was my main goal coming in, and then obviously having a successful 4 years, winning championships. But in points wise, I didn't really set goals number wise like that. I just wanted to beat as many of my brother's records as I could.
And of course, Aiden's brother is Austin Davis, of course, who used to play at the University of Michigan. So, um, you know, kind of looking back, like, um, what will you remember most? Now I'll rephrase this question. What does basketball mean to you?
Basketball means the world to me. I've been playing it since I was 5 years old. It's basically been my whole life. Every weekend, been in the gym. I've dedicated countless hours of traveling, going to AU tournaments. Basketball is pretty much my life. On the why on the first question you had, the brothers that I've made, not just on my high school basketball team, but on my AU team as well. Those bonds, they'll never break. They're true brothers to me. So that's something that you can't take away from me.
Traveling all across the country, like, being a part of, from, from the high school standpoint and as well as, the AAU standpoint. What was that like just traveling, not just across the state, just across all over the state and even out of state in high school, and then just all over the country and traveling with AAU? What was it like just, playing basketball in front of all these places?
It was amazing. Like last summer we traveled Arizona, I believe Florida once, Texas. We've been really all over. Some of the places we played in are absolutely spectacular. The the most fun you'll have though is not playing basketball, but it's afterwards in the hotel room with your guys. But overall, the AAU was amazing. You got to see and meet so many amazing people.
Best arena you've played in?
We played in Little Caesars Arena first game of last season. That was awesome.
Did you ever think you'd play in an NBA in an NBA arena?
I did not. No, nope.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, I haven't really asked this question, but how do you deal with when it is, all over? Like dealing with I'm not going to play high school basketball again.
It was a tough like 2 or 3 days afterwards of just like realizing like I'm never gonna step on that court again. In an actual game. But when you realize how much more basketball I have to play, you got to put it in perspective and kind of, in all reality, just get over it. Obviously, there's a lot of sad parts. I'll never play with any of these guys in an organized basketball game again. But there's gonna be a lot more brighter roads ahead. So you just got to focus on those and not dwell on the sad parts.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, for a lot of people, you're continuing on. Obviously, it'd be much different if you weren't, but
Yeah.
um, what was it like just to, go to, to get, did it take a while to get over, or was it just like,
Um, that night, it was really tough. I would say it was a sleepless night. Next morning, woke up, went into the gym, just kind of get loosened up, get myself feel better physically. And honestly, being in the gym for me helped me so much mentally. So that helped a lot. I was in the gym a lot those days afterwards. But I mean, you see all the people that you played with every day in school, so that helped a lot. But it was probably a week or so of realizing like it's over with. You got to move on. Yeah.
and obviously, you mentioned moving on, you are, and you're continuing your basketball career, and I think you're wearing a sweatshirt of where you're going right now. I think.
Yep. Yeah.
So Wright State is where you are heading. Um, why? Why Wright State?
Wright State, they have a very, very good coaching staff. Our head coach actually just took another job at Southern Illinois, Coach Scott Nagy, but they promoted one of the assistants, Clint Sargent, and those are really the guys I made the bond with early on. Him, Travis Trice, Coach Bray, all of them are really put it in perspective of how amazing their systems are. Campus wise, the small campus, I've always wanted to go to a small campus. Didn't want to go to a big old city. Not a city boy. Their facilities are amazing. They've got a 5-year-old practice facility that's just for the men and women's basketball. So that's very nice. The Nutter Centers where we play, just everything there is nice, kept up to date. And their system really fits mine. They play inside out. They were I don't remember the stat. It was second in the nation with post touches or something last year. So they really fit my system, and just all of those really made me want to make that decision.
So I know that your summers are used to like going and traveling the country. Your summer's going to be a lot shorter this year.
Yeah. It's gonna be about 2, maybe 3 months from now. I'm going down there. So this next 2 or 3 months where we just hit the grind, just get my body prepared for college ball.
Yeah. Well, before you do that, you got to finish up. This next. Yeah, I think honestly, we're in April, and then you're gonna be graduating here pretty soon. Has that thought crossed your mind that you only have a few more weeks to spend with people that you basically grew up with since you were little kids? So, what's that going to be like? And are you counting down the days, or are you just trying to soak everything in?
Honestly, I'm just trying to take it all in, live every day with the mindset that there might not be a next. Which obviously sometime in the future, I'm not going to see some of these guys again. So every time I see them, I'm just trying to make the most of it and have the best time I can while in high school.
Yeah, for sure. Just I'll end it on this. Like, what will you miss most? About high school basketball, the high school experience, and what is coach meant to you?
Yeah, I'll take your first question. I It's just going to be the brotherhoods I've made. Um, all 4 years, we have been a very close team. We don't like every Wednesday we'd go out and we'd get dinner and we'd make a night of it. And we got so close as a team that it's hard to give up still to this day, but I've got to realize it. Coach Masca, he's been amazing. He's been there for me since before high school. I've been doing workouts with him, been joining practice since probably sixth grade. He has really helped me become who I am today. I really can't thank him enough. Um, but overall, it's an eye-opening experience. Like you're going to be in the real world in 2 or 3 months, and it's just you got to take it all in while you still have it.
For sure. All right, Aiden. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk, and congrats on a great high school career, and best of luck at Wright State.
Thank you for having me.